I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks. We're talking I'm on the road. I'm in Punta Gorda, Florida. That's Al Ducharme. He's in Studio City. And today, what a special episode. What a special volume. What a milestone. 69.
Woo! You know what that means?
69. Get it? Get it?
You get it?
Talking Dicks. Volume 69.
That's an Al Ducharme-ism. That is so blue.
We did that on episode 2, I believe, of the Two Dicks. Mm-hmm. We went to an apartment that we were sent to an apartment that was number 69, and we played that joke for all it was worth.
Here's a quick clip. Linda! Open up, police.
Let's go, 69. We know you're in there.
It's Detective Romas and Ducharme.
It's Ducharme.
Right.
Are you sure this is the apartment? 69.
That's what the captain said. He said, get down there, you two, and do 69.
The captain told you and I to go down and do 69.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch said you two, downtown, 69.
Yeah,
or clip.
Yeah, there's no Lenny Bruce here, folks. This is not Einstein comedy. Okay?
No.
This is departure from reality, old school.
The outtakes,
sophomore.
The outtakes were even better. We couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, I had the giggle.
69.
I had the giggles that day, and it kept triggering you. And then you went from giggle, and then you got angry. You said, "All right, enough."
Well, it's 150 degrees in that garage. We were hungover. It's like, we just filmed this goddamn thing. Let's go.
True.
69. Get
60.
it. We get it.
The joke is over. We beat it to death.
But I mean, Punta Gorda.
It always sounds dirty to me when you say Punta.
I think that's a Spanish word for like
whore.
For skank something. A whore, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because there was a guy, I forget, some like comic, and he used to use that all the time. It was
Manager, Punta.
Hey, listen, Punta.
Manager.
You know, the girl, he didn't like the girl in Scooby-Doo. The girl who wore the glasses. Remember that girl? She wore glasses.
Was that Daphne?
I think so. He'd go, buy some contacts, Punta. You know, he was annoyed with Daphne. Some hard-hitting comedy.
Was it Daphne, anyway, or was she the hot one? Was she the Mary Ann or the Ginger? Although I like Mary Ann.
Alfred, I couldn't tell you. I don't know the show. I'm just quoting a comic did back in the... There you go. That's Al's act right there. He does a Scooby-Doo, and then he does a Star
Casey
Wars.
Kasem did the voice.
The hell out of there.
Casey Kasem did the voice of Shaggy.
Hey, Scoob! Still big.
It's America's Top 40. Not even close.
And at least when I don't do it. I like the fact you can't do the impression. You still throw it out there.
I give it a shot. I give it a shot.
You give it a shot. You give it the old try. Why the fuck not? Speaking of which, we're picking up listeners, son. We're YouTube, the audio version. People are finding us. They're finding the Talking Dicks. They're listening. And we'd like them to go over to the Patreon, of course, and watch the Talking Dicks. You can do that instead of just listening. But we're happy to see the numbers clicking up on the YouTube. And I want to know what's happening over there right now.
I'm showing them the website, www.patreon.com/the Two Dicks.
Yes, sir.
And I'll put a little magic.
I didn't know what was happening there, to be honest. I glanced up, I saw your hands low, and I assumed the worst.
Al just goes, he has no idea what happens in post-production.
I don't want to know.
For instance, I could put a penis right next to his head right now if I wanted to. I went blue!
You with your promises. And you tease. Speaking of that too, we both did some morning radio this morning. I heard, and I dropped the S bomb. I said shit on live AM radio in Punta Gorda. I don't know what happened. I got comfortable. I've known the host.
It's Florida. You can do whatever you want.
and we were chatting, and I said something like, that kind of shit. Then he goes, "Hey, Al, we're on the radio."
He gave you the heads up. And you followed it up with, "Oh, fuck, sorry."
Fuck me, man. Blow me, you fucking whore. You know what I mean? Whatever I said, it was outrageous. But, I was promoting the show. We only do one show here during the Thanksgiving week, so it's one show tonight, one show Friday, one show Saturday. Out of here Sunday.
I used to love doing the Wednesday nights before Thanksgiving shows because they were packed. Even Friday, packed. We used to do Pie Night at Giggles, Mike Clark's gig up there that we did together in Saugus, Massachusetts. They do Wednesday night Pie Night, and it's a bunch of comics rush in, and they all bring a pie, and then we all taste each other's pies. Some of them are home baked, some of them are store bought, but there's a contest, and if you made it, I think Greg Murphy has won that like 2 or 3 years in a row. It's pretty good, man. Some good pies.
Mike Clark wrote to me. He said that but his club, Giggles, they're doing one more weekend in the tent with the heaters, but it's getting too cold. This will be it. And then he asked for a couple of free tickets to come see me in Sarasota.
At 50% capacity?
A couple of freebies. Wanted to hook up.
I think the club owner is going to dock you.
He asked for the hookup. I was like, well, let me ask the club owner.
How did that fly?
Okay.
How did that fly?
I'm assuming tickets are not moving for these shows because he wrote back going,
now,
sure,
Mike,
how many does it need?
Mike, we love and adore you, and you hook us up Major League. We love Lenny.
He said, sure, how many do you need? I said, 2. He said, no problem.
Oh, he did. You told him he was a club owner, right?
Yeah, I said, it's Mike Clark from Giggles. He's Lenny's brother.
Okay.
And he said, sure, no problem.
Usually there's a camaraderie, club owners.
Yeah. It's going to suck. I mean, I don't know if it's going to suck or not, but they removed the front few rows of tables at this club, not Pisani, the McCurdy's.
Well, if it was a strip club, it would suck. You're going to be funny.
So it's, boy, I don't know. So I just said, I go, well, if I bomb, don't hold it again.
He's seen you crush in his
That's
very
it. I like
own
that.
club.
I don't want anything else to change that. I like that he thinks I'm good.
He thinks you're sensational. You are, man.
That's
Don't
right.
sell yourself short.
But now he's going to be like,
we worked at Giggles.
What happened there?
And I said, hey, we're going to switch off closing. I go, Al he didn't know you. I go, he's like legit. He's like, yeah, I'll just have him, feature. And I go, no, you should mix it. You should have us switch off where it's a co-headlining. He goes, no, not worry about it. And you came out, blew the roof off the place. And he's like, yeah, all right, we're going to let him close the next show. I go, thank you.
Well, I get it, though, for him, because he never heard of me.
No.
And he's like, he knows you, and it's, he's like, oh, I know Al, so, this is my friend, he's a headline. Yeah, let's, I'm not going to let him, and then, but it went well. We were following, Lenny Clark was hosting. The place was
Lenny
packed.
always destroys. Yeah.
Tough not to do well. And that's one of those rooms, it's like, if you don't do really well, you should just kind of check yourself.
And Al's not going to pull back, and why should he? It's his first time, man. He's trying to make an impression. So once he hooked into the crowd, he fucking ran for the touchdown. That's what you do. You're supposed to do that. I just didn't want to have to work as hard. So
who does?
It's like, oh fuck.
Who does?
Then I gotta put my helmet on, and I gotta go in and.
It's like tonight. I don't know who the feature act is, and I'm praying it's not. I mean, whatever, it'll be fine. But I just hope it's not some killer road animal who, although he hasn't worked in 9 months, that's one thing. There's none. But those kind of guys who are like the unknowns out on the road, and they are killers, and then they come in and they want that. He's never been here before.
He wants the headlining spot.
So he's going to blow the roof off because he wants the headline.
Job.
And you're watching going, hey, dude, it's a Wednesday. Chill out a little bit. But
what about the the guy who does crowd work? Before the show starts.
Before me doing crowd work?
Before the show starts.
Before my
He's
crowd
going
work?
table to table. They got like a sleight of hand magician.
Who's that? Ugh.
Talking to people where you're from. He's like warming them all up. And then the host
That's very
brings
rare.
I've witnessed it more than once, 30 years plus in the business. I've witnessed it. And I go up to the owner. I'm like, what's this all about? He goes, oh, yeah. I told him not to do it. I go, when? 1974?
No, can't have that. Can't have that. The MC.
So now I'm angry, and it's affecting my,
man.
performance.
Don't affect my my head, man. Before the show, I got to beat my
But
head.
then you have,
I
but
don't
then you
have
have
to beat my head.
some club owners that want to take you down a notch, so they'll actually put the guys in because he knows you're going to
Right.
ask for a raise because you've been crushing it. So
Right. Yeah. Oh, there's all sorts of games.
yeah,
man.
head games constantly
It's like-
to keep you on your
It's like
toes.
it's like morning radio. You go in to promote, and then you got that morning DJ who thinks he's the comedian, and he feels threatened. It's like, dude, I don't want your fucking job. I just want to go back to the hotel and go to sleep. You're fine, but
And
he will step on
3
you
out of
and
4,
try to.
in my experience, especially years ago, it was always 3 out of 4 would like try to. They wanted to do what you were doing. They didn't want to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that job sucks.
They wanted to, they're making the same amount of money you're making doing what you do.
Right.
And they're just miserable, so they just try to trip you up. And then there's 1 in 4 who are like, hey, man, whatever you want to talk about, you don't have to do your
Right,
act.
that guy is cool.
Let's make this
And
a
that
show.
guy
And those
comes
are the fun ones. And those are the ones where you get the great response. You get people coming in.
Right.
It's all for the
And that guy
club. It's
comes-
all for everyone.
That guy, right? That guy comes to the club. He comes to the
Introduces
show.
it.
He brings his girlfriend. He opens maybe. That guy's cool, yeah. But the other 3, they want to be comics. They never got to be comics, so they became the radio guy in their town.
And then they
You know
ask
what I mean?
they
And
ask
they
you to
want-
do your jokes, which they're familiar with because they've listened to your DVD or clips of it. And then you get to the punchline
Yep.
and they cut you off.
Right? Yeah, fuckers. Awful.
But enough about
Yep.
the ugliness of the. It's part of the business, and we have to be tough, and we got to push through.
It's an ugly business.
What do we have?
It's
Do
an
we have a
ugly business.
question?
We have a question. 69 questions on episode volume 69. Get it? I remember there was a bootleg I had. A bootleg. Do you remember those, Alfred? Bootlegs? And people would buy. It would be rarities. And I bought it at a Beatle Fest. It was John Lennon. guest DJing in New York on WNEW. And he was reading the weather. And he goes, the temperature's 69. Get it?
Back then,
I was 15. I enjoyed
back then
that.
was.
I enjoyed that.
Wow.
Yeah, racy. 3 o'clock on WNEW FM.
Get
Get
it?
it? Our
Ringo.
question today from it looks like from the same guy who asked about cigars. That guy, the newbie. He said, "Hey Dix, I'm still not understanding Patreon. What is it?"
Oh, you know what it is?
Wow.
Yeah,
been
I know,
through
but
this,
we have
sir.
to do it because people that are just jumping on board, they need to know. And even when we've explained it before, it's a little difficult. We have a web series called The Two Dicks, and this is a spin-off podcast, The Talking Dicks. And this is free entertainment for most. But we decided to join Patreon, which is a kind of a fundraising to support your artists to help them continue making free content. So for as little as $5 a month, you become a member. You get to see exclusive stuff that no one else gets to see. You also get to see the video version of our podcast, whereas everybody else has to listen to the audio version. And we put clips up, things that they can't see.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps us, especially during a pandemic. If you're working, $5 a month. You get
It's $5
$10 a month. You get a mug.
I mean,
you get a coaster.
coaster.
Two Dicks coaster, which is right here. Everybody's
And
asking
we-
about these.
and
So
we,
how do I get a coaster? How do I join the Patreon?
And we will throw your name around in the volume. We will chat you up as the new Patreon.
We always mention the new
We will
Patreon.
You'll get to know our patrons. They hear about each other. They know who each other are. We're not in the thousands and thousands. We have a smaller community where it's like we can name somebody and they go, oh yeah. Speaking of which, Deborah Swick is coming to my show tonight with her family. She's bringing the family out. Deborah Swick, an early
long-time supporter of the
and
Two
a
Dicks.
current patron of the Patreon. Yes, Deborah loves Two Dicks. That's right. We know that.
Poor
does.
Deborah.
She's a big fan of Two Dicks, not the two. Just
A
Two
big
Dicks.
Two
Doesn't
Dicks
matter.
fan.
Huge.
See,
Especially when we're tan in the summer. She likes us a little tan.
the blue writes itself.
Woo! Woo! 69, baby, 69.
All right. What else are we covering today? You're working.
So, yeah.
You have multiple shows.
Go to Patreon, and it's all there. Tears, and you can cry and look at the tears and weep and
do you want
sign
one of
up.
these T-shirts, a Two Dicks T-shirt. Let me see
Look
if I
at
can do
that.
this without knocking
Look at
it
that.
over.
Oh, there it is. Are there any left?
There are. I have a few large. No more mediums. No more extra large. But we can send you one. And some people wear them in public proudly. Some people cover them up. Some people just wear them in the house. But
yeah, I wear mine in the house. I'm ashamed.
Well, there you go. So, anyways,
yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one sometimes.
97.4.
97.4,
by the way.
Nobody cares. Nobody was interested. Nobody worried.
Well, I'm day.
Get me.
I'm day 3. Ooh, you're low,
me.
buddy.
Oh,
92.3. Oh, we're day 3, no symptoms, since we went away to our little Airbnb excursion. Because we had the plumbers here to fix the... Now, all the piping is fixed, but now they got to bring in plasterers and drywall wallboard, I think they call it. Drywall, sheetrock, wallboard.
Plaster of Paris?
Plaster of Studio City, California.
You won't be using Paris?
No Paris.
I see. That was a thing. Wasn't that a thing when we were kids? Plaster of Paris? Isn't that how you make things?
We would in art class we would fill up
of Paris.
Right. We would fill up a balloon with a mixture of the powder and heroin. It looked like heroin and water, and then you tied a knot into it. So you had to mix it together.
69.
And then you put your fingers in it until it sets.
Oh, Jesus
because
Christ.
plaster of Paris was like a 5-minute setting, and then you let it harden. 69.
This is really 69, baby.
So you jam your fingers in it and until it gets
into
hard.
the balloon knot, and then when it's hard, you're good to go.
When I have a finger jammed in my
Linda,
balloon
69.
knot, it takes a long time for things to get hard. I'll tell you that much.
Good night.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker! Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, show it.
Subscribe.
Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forward the two dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?